Good morning, everybody. This is Cruiser Chris from the Cruiser Chris World Network. I have several things that I would like to talk with you about this morning. But before we get started, I would invite all of you to share this out. So if you can click off of the chat box for a minute and click I'll show you here on my phone. Hang on. Technical difficulties, folks. I hope everybody's having a good day today. So here's the chat box. Okay. Then we're gonna close out of the chat box and we're gonna hit the arrow where it says share. Right just right next to the chat box. Then I'm going to copy the link. And share it. Please come join the Cruiser Chris World Network as we have a little bit of a discussion this morning about why it's important to all of us. I think I might have lost it. While I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to share the stream out, you can do that. Good morning, and I hope everybody's having a good morning, and we'll get started in just a moment. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is the Cruiser Chris World Network. And hold on as I adjust the camera a little bit so you can see me. And today we're going to talk about some things that I feel are important things to think about. Every 4 years, the Constitution in this country gives us the right to go and take part in a process called voting. This is a very important thing and process in the history of the United States. It allows us to reflect and take a moment to think about whether the people that we elect to hold the positions that they hold on our behalf are doing the jobs that we sent them to Washington to do, or whether we sent them to the state capital of our each individual states to do. And if we think they are doing the job the way that we want them to do it, we then reaffirm their ability to continue working for us. But if we don't like what they've done, or we feel that they don't really stand for what we believe in, and I understand that each individual person has the right to believe what they want to believe. And I'm not here to argue that. All I'm saying is every 4 years, we have a special and unique opportunity to determine how our democracy is run. Today is that day. It is that special time every 4 years that our founding fathers back in 1776, when they wrote the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, gave us the opportunity to change something after a certain period of time if we didn't like it, or if we didn't think it was running the way it needed to be ran. Today is that day. It is a very special day in my eyes because it is a day where decisions could be made that will affect the future of this country for maybe generations to come. So we must decide today, what do we stand for? Now, I understand that things haven't been going very well the past few months, but I'm going to tell you in the live stream today part of what helps me determine who and how and what is important to me. And it's okay if what I say is different than what you may think, but these are just my opinions. So I would like to take a minute to share them with you. I am proud to be an American. Now, why do I say that, you may ask? The reason why I say that is because America is one of the few countries around the world where you have the freedom to choose what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to live, how you want to live, and um, what you want to believe in. These uh, feelings and thoughts, um, to me, are very sacred, and I take them as a very special responsibility. And I do everything I can to make sure that the freedoms that I hold dear are protected every day of the week, every month of the year, and every year that I am privileged to live in this country. This country is very special to me because, to me, this is a country of opportunity, of choice, of acceptance, although sometimes that might be hard for me to get because some people don't quite understand sometimes. But then when they don't understand, that's the perfect time to educate them, which is exactly what I do on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you today a little nervous about where the country is headed. We have two different choices. We can continue on a path which has opened a lot of doors for people in America. For example, the SpaceX company. They were able and have been able over the past few years to get funding from the government to make sure that we can return astronauts from U.S. soil to the International Space Station. We are very lucky to have a country where businesses and companies have the power to innovate and do it freely and invent anything that they want to invent, to do whatever they can to make the country the best country it can be. So, why are companies being able to decide what they want to do for their company? Why is that important to me? And here's what I will say about that. That is important to me because without companies that are willing to sometimes take risks and sometimes willing to. Hello, Collins Trivia. Good morning. And I'm doing very well today. Hi, Jenny O'Brien. Very nice to have you here. Just in case you all are wondering, um, it's hard for me to see the chat on the computer because the computer is so small. So I'm kind of reading it off of my phone because I don't really have my regular producer here that sits and helps me. So SpaceX and companies that do what SpaceX does are important to me because they are able to determine how they want to build a certain machine that will take astronauts from the planet's surface to the space station and the moon. We haven't had the capability to launch anyone into space from U.S. soil Since the space shuttle was retired back in 2011, I am very proud to say that we once again have that capability restored to us. I'm very proud to say that every time I watch a space launch of a spacecraft, I really have a lot of fun watching it and seeing if given the opportunity by the government in this country, if we dare to imagine, if we dare to push the envelope, if we encourage innovation, we can achieve anything we put our mind to. I'm also very proud to be an American because that allows me to choose who I want to have working with me, when I want to have them working with me, where I live, and what I do from my day-to-day operations. And part of what allows us to do that is the fact that every 4 years we are given an opportunity to put people in office that are aligned with our beliefs. Because when it comes right down to it, we're citizens before voters. But if you have the opportunity to vote, that's a very important opportunity. So don't waste it. Because if we fail to vote when it is the time to vote, and then a couple of years down the line, we say, well, this happened and I don't agree with it. We really have nothing to blame or nobody to blame but ourselves. Because if we don't get out and vote, our way of life might be dramatically altered by what happens over the next 4 years. This has nothing to do with red or blue, but it has everything to do with living in a free world or free country. It's a human um, interest matter. So only we can decide what we want to be. Do you want to have opportunities for all? I do. Do you want to have the opportunity to pick the school in which your kid attends to get the best education possible? I do. Do you want to be able to choose where you want to live or what you want to do? Where you want to go on vacation? I do. Do you want to be able to choose what kind of health insurance or job or form of education you want to make your life better and the lives of those around you better? If you said yes to these questions, then you have to get out, you have to make a difference, and you have to be willing to use your voice. These are very polarizing times that our country is going through. We have a decision that all of us must make. Do we want to unite? Or are we going to let the climate in this country further divide us? Only you can decide that. I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on uniting the country. That's what I'm going to do because that's what matters to me. We all need to come together and make this a better place for everyone, where everybody has the same opportunities and has the same ability to go and work for something, to achieve whatever they want to achieve. But it's a choice that all of us have to make a difference in the world or in the country and make something better for everybody, or we can just sit back and complain about it and say, well, I would have done this better. Well, if you would have done that better and you didn't take advantage of the opportunity that we have every 4 years on this day or close to this day to go out and vote and let your voice be heard. If you didn't take that opportunity, you could end up somewhere where you don't want to be. So I would encourage you, if you believe in innovation, if you believe in freedom, if you believe in patriotism, if you believe in safety, if you believe in the right to choose where you want to live and where your kids go to school and what kind of insurance you want to have and where you want to go with the choices that you make in your life. I encourage you to get out and vote and let your voices be heard, because that's the only way that we can make a difference sometimes. So, as I said, voting is a unique opportunity to change what we don't like about a certain thing in this country. And today is our opportunity to change that, if we so choose. I see we have some new people coming into the chat. I'd like to welcome you. Miriam's Kitchen, good morning. Welcome to the live. I'm just talking about why it's important to me and why I think it's important to everybody to be proud to be an American, you know. But these are just my opinions. So if you could exit the chat for the newcomers coming in and hit the thumbs up, we would greatly appreciate that. And if you haven't yet already hit the thumbs up, please do so now. If you've been here a while and you kind of been watching me, hit the thumbs up and help us to get the word out about what we are doing in this this wonderful chat today. We've been going through some trying times lately, but if we unite together, we can make a difference. We can make an impact, and we will come out of whatever situation we are in on the right side of history. But we have to get out. We have to stand up for what we believe in. And we have to fight for what we believe in, which is what I've said before in the live streams and my videos, some of them that I've done. We have to fight for what we believe in if we want to keep this country the way it is. If we don't fight for what we believe in, then the people that want to cause problems for us or change the country into something that we have never seen before will have the opportunity to do that. A few months ago, I was very saddened to see the cities burning around the country. I was very saddened to see a city that I love very dearly and that has a lot of history within it burned down. Because I should say parts of it were burned down. Because certain people allowed certain groups into the cities around the country. And let them burn it, let them tear it up, let them destroy it. And they did nothing about it. I cried that night that Minneapolis burned. And I cried during the protests when all those police and law enforcement members who I love so much were hurt. We went through that and we made it out. And now we're stronger because of it. But now we have an opportunity to make adjustments to who our leaders are so that cities don't have to burn to the ground anymore. We need people in leadership that will stand up for us and help us fight for what we need. That is why it is important for you to get out and vote, because then we can put the leaders in office who care about this country. So if you believe in freedom, if you believe in respecting one another, if you believe in integrity and honor, you got to go out and vote. It's very important that you do that. Because if everybody's voices that's able to vote is not heard, we could end up with the wrong type of leadership in the branches of government. That is why it is so very important. We need people in government that are there to advocate for us. And that aren't being sold out or bought by the lobbyists. We can do this, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it before, and we can do it again right now. We just have to choose to want to do it. You can make a difference today. And for those of you that have already voted, because I'm seeing here in the chat that some of you say you've already voted, thank you for doing that. It's very important that you do that, because it ensures that this country stays the free and open and prosperous and vibrant democracy that it is. So I've been on for nearly an hour now, about 48 minutes. And it's been a great pleasure for me to bring you this live stream. I'm kind of trying. I just woke up a few minutes ago, so I'm kind of trying to think what I want to say, and my brain is still a bit fuzzy. Because I was going to ask some questions. Oh, there's a space launch coming up. Who's excited about that? I can tell you that I am. And one more thought about innovation, and I talked about SpaceX earlier and what they were able to do with the government involvement and stuff. You gotta understand that we've learned a lot from being in zero gravity at the space station. We have learned a lot about living here on Earth from astronauts that went up into space and experimented with things. We are working on figuring out how to 3D print organs in zero gravity. They are working on taking cells and figuring out a way to get the cells to have the ability to be put into certain types of liquids and then flown up into space. And then they are actually doing studies right now. And for those of you that are wondering what you're talking about, just search it on Google. You can search it on Google, it's all there. They're doing studies right now that says if you take stem cells of a healthy person and you put them up into suspended zero gravity, they actually grow faster in space. And then they can return them to Earth and hopefully be able to cure things that haven't been able to be cured before. That's why we need things like the space program in this country. Because without the space program, we don't have the vehicles to do experiments on different things in zero gravity environments that could potentially cure diseases like cancer or diabetes or any number of diseases. You could just think about this for a minute. Say you have somebody who got into a car accident and is paralyzed. This is still in the experimental stage, but you could feasibly get stem cells from a healthy human being, whatever that is, whatever age that is of that person. You could extract the stem cells and put them in a gel-like substance, put them up on a rocket, send them to space, let that certain part of the spinal cord grow over a certain period of time, and then deorbit the rocket, bring it back down to Earth, send it to that hospital where that person who is paralyzed is staying at, and be able to cure the paralysis. That, in my opinion, is what America stands for. We have to be willing to try and try and try and never give up until we've achieved the mission that we want to achieve. Even though it may seem like there are barriers along the way. Sometimes we still have to get up every day and stand up and keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward. And overcome the obstacles along the way. I know that we can do this. We just have to put our minds to it and believe that we can make a difference. That our opinion matters. That our voices have a right to be heard. And we have to be willing to be brave enough to stand up and fight for what we believe in. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that are a part of my family here at the Cruiser Chris World Network. Every day I wake up, I'm very thankful for all of you. And I think about all of you all throughout my day. So if you like what you've seen and you like what you've heard, please give us a thumbs up on our live stream. You can do that by hitting that little X box on the chat. Going out and hitting that thumbs up, because that will help us get more views on YouTube. You can help us also by sharing it out. And making a difference. So with that, I have some other things that I have to do before I go out this afternoon and do my constitutional duty that I'm given the right to do every 4 years. I'm proud to be an American, and I know all of you are as well. I know we're going through some scary times right now, but we will make it through. I am reminded of a quote by Ronald Reagan, where he said, "Freedom is but one generation away from extinction." So in my closing words, I will say this: fight for the country. Fight for what you believe in. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just keep fighting. And we will all succeed in the end if we come together. Thank you for watching, everybody. And for those in the future, we hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to find out more about what we do at the Cruiser Chris World Network, please like, subscribe, and share to show us that you care. And we will see you in the next event that we are hosting. Good night, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I should say. I'm used to doing live streams at night. So for now, I will say good afternoon. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. And make a difference. Don't forget to let your voices be heard. And we will make it through the situation. If we come together and work as hard as we possibly can, we will make it through. Let not your heart be troubled, and keep fighting for what you believe in. I'm proud to be an American, and I know most of you are too. Thank you for tuning in to this live stream. It means a lot to me to have all of you here with me. Take care, and we'll see you next time. God bless America. Proud to be an American. Bye-bye, everybody.